Over the past 12 months, PM-Partners conducted a one-of-a-kind survey called the PMO Trends 2012. We are an independent organization that has been successfully operating for 17 years with clients in financial services, mining, technology, government services, and others. Delivering projects effectively and gaining benefits for our clients is our core business. Our 100-plus consultants across Australia, London, and Singapore help our clients plan and deliver over $1 billion in projects each year. The PMO Trends 2012 survey uncovered similar patterns of problems, challenges, and aspirations of people working in over 200 PMOs among Australian and globally recognized companies. In turn, these trends allow us to tailor our services to provide the most benefits for our clients. This video gives you a synopsis of the key trends we uncovered in PMO practices and aspirations.
Very, very simply, think about this statistic from the survey. Over 90% of organisations surveyed, their PMOs improved during the last year. So my first soul-searching question to you all here. Do you have your plans for your PMO for the next 12 months and onwards? Can you afford not to?
What I'm going to look at specifically is how to deliver a program and project delivery function that is agile, that can deliver to change, deliver to business direction, can deliver to what is a very complex market that we are operating in. And similarly, how can you build one that delivers to innovation? Project manager innovation doesn't quite gel on occasions, but in our case we need to have our projects themselves need to continue to reinvent and innovate themselves.
You can do this perfectly well yourself if you have a well-structured and continuing project management office, but sometimes the size of the task and the particular skills that are needed you just don't have. If the change is small, you probably can do it particularly well. This was very big, and very big for us. So I'm sure that we performed way better with external assistance, with, in our case, PM-Partners. And I believe it helped us contain the final costs by helping us better articulate requirements, keeping an independent eye on scope control, a new way of talking with our teams and externals.
MSP organisation is, again, don't just think of it as a big project. We need a different layer in there. We've got a sponsoring group. We've got someone called the SRO, which is the Senior Responsible Owner. We have someone that's totally accountable for the success of the program as a whole. Could be called a program director. On the program board, they have a program manager. So a program manager is responsible for making sure the projects are initiated and making sure the governance is in place and obviously doing all the planning. But what we also do within program management is we engage operations, because these are the people that are going to take the products that the projects are delivering, our capabilities, into the embedded capability. They're going to take us through the change. Therefore, on the program board, we've got these people involved.
Did you realise you all had to bring your imaginations here today? Imagine a world. Imagine a world where you as the PMO are informing senior management of the key strategic projects, the key strategic programs that they must do for continued economic viability, for commercial growth, to be there not just tomorrow but in the future.
There was a lot of work to do with this program, with a lot of additional cost to the building, to the business, and the functions that we were doing. PMP helped us in a lot of ways. I'm just going to pick a couple of examples. In relation to the business case, that's pretty important to someone like me at the beginning. I need to be convinced of all of the elements. I need then to articulate that to a board and to other key stakeholders. And I need to keep all of those people pushing me within the business up to the mark. I need to reconvince them when they lose heart or lose faith in some of the difficult parts of the process. We had an anxious board. I said there'd been a failed project beforehand. They didn't want another skull on their belt. They wanted a success.
Now, I mentioned to you a little bit earlier, I was going to challenge the common thinking that we can't do portfolio management until we're at an accepted level in terms of project and program management. Again, a nice quote from the Cabinet Office is that agree with you, they agree, and I'm sure a lot of you would, that while portfolio management will be more effective where we have more mature approaches to project and program management, it's not a prerequisite. Do we all see that? Again, it's not a typo on my slide. It's not a prerequisite for the implementation of portfolio management. So quite simply, there aren't any excuses why we're not looking at portfolio management within our PMOs.
It's the changes that go on during a project that you also don't anticipate. At the beginning, you're so full of focus about getting going, about getting agreement, about having a credible plan, about securing the money, an adequate amount, about convincing all of those stakeholders that need to be convinced, about corralling all of the people you need to corral to do the things you want to do. But then it all changes, and then it changes again, and it changes again. Early on, you might need someone who's good at establishing governance process and keeping people on task. They're important challenges and they need some specific skills. And later, as you move to transition, you need a different set of skills to enable you to shift your focus to communicating some of the adoption tasks and acceptance things. So this fitting of style and skill to the task or the phase at hand is really very important. And I think having help with that of a different set of skills is a really very important thing.
If you're a receiver of any of the professional body magazines, the PMI, AIPM, IIBA, ABAA, or the ITSMF magazines, what's appearing more and more these days is the term emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence is that of the maturity, the combined maturity of the organisation for the willingness to accept the change in processes, the change or acceptance of new goods and services. Now, I would imagine that most of you guys are thinking, that is one of our biggest challenges, right? Organisational change resistance is a risk, and organisation acceptance of the good or service that we're hoping to achieve from the outcome of our projects. That is a risk for us.